So do you feel like women though should just be submissive to a man, like just because y'all are men, or do you feel like you guys got to give us a reason?
I'm glad you brought that up because I hear that a lot.
Yeah.
So I feel like it depends on the person.
Okay.
It depends on the man. But in a relationship, but I also feel like why are you even getting into a relationship or even dating a man that you don't feel like you want to submit to?
True.
Don't waste this money and make him spend all this money on all these dates when you knowing he don't even meet the criteria. But I also feel like that's why a lot of women, a lot of beautiful women, even in the church, are single because their standards are so high, only Jesus can reach them. You feel me? Like you got to be way up there, bro. Like,
yeah.
Now, I've seen some of the guys going as far as putting like the fake hair and...
Ooh, them
fake hair
no, you talk about them little white lines on their thing, what they have?
They be having like, it's like a cap they put on with like waves.
Blue and all that.
I don't know nothing about that. I didn't know that.
I was like, y'all really out here doing that? So, I seen this one dude, I guess he was tired of not being accepted, and he went and got some like extensions in his knee
to make him taller.
To make him taller.
That's because, like I said, no, but that's society though. But don't you think that's like what I said earlier, kind of with the insecurities? You know, it's a society thing. The society just takes over these people's mind. They don't got a mind for their own no more. I think that's what's wrong with relationships.
Have these add-ons, you know what I'm saying, just to feel like we fit in or we're wifey or husband material.
Yeah,
you feel what I'm saying?
Like, it's a society. It brings back to society, like I've said.
So, but why is it that women can put all these add-ons, right? But then when it comes to a man, like, what if, like how women put all these fake hair and you don't know what right?
Nails.
So what if men were adding stuff like I ain't got no muscles, but I could put some inflatable muscles. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Why does that not make us, you feel me, good enough?
10 compared to a 2. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I'll take a 5 any day.
You feel
As long as she funny.
No, look. This is what I'm saying though. I'll take a 5 any day because what society, what everybody thinks of as a 10 is really not a 10 because she's got the makeup, she's got the fake hair, she's got all these add-ons. So to everybody, that's a 10. But in reality, you take somebody that's just
already themselves
that can look good, not even fixed up. So to everybody, she looks like a 5. But when you fix her up,
she a 10.
What society classifies as a 10 is not a 10 to me.
Yeah.
I can look at a woman like that and see, like if I see a woman with a lace front lace, whatever it's called, forgive me. But if I see a woman with that on, with the fake nails, with the makeup, it's no disrespect to her. It's not that I feel like she's not attractive. But what plays in my head is what does she look like under all that? Because when she get home and start pulling everything off, it's like, oh,
she cannot be what you thought she was gonna be because she has that makeup.
Right. So I don't.
They be fooling.
Trey Songz braid. Making love. Hold on. So basically, y'all feel like the media is playing too much of a part in a relationship.
People mind
nowadays. What y'all think about that?
The media's playing. Right, exactly. People are stuck in the TV and they see celebrities.
They like it's perfect, it's love.
They see what's on TV and they think that that's life. But this, bro, what y'all see on camera is what they put on camera. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not real life. That's only 15% of the people.
When they cut that camera off, they probably moving.
Yeah, exactly. Going through, if they really knew the statistics or the numbers on this stuff, so you got 85% of the women out there that all want a 6-foot-tall man.
They live in a fantasy world though.
Exactly. Stay out the TV. Y'all, it's only 14.5%, so 85% of the women in the world are standing in line for 15% of the guys. That leaves 85%, if I'm not mistaken, of the guys in the world that don't have nobody.
Welcome to the podcast. You already know what's going on.
Hey.
Today I got Keisha right here. You know what I'm saying? My big bro. Follow me on IG, Lavish J. You know what I'm saying?
Already follow my little bro.
Oh, y'all.
What's you got one?
You know, today's topic, you know what I'm saying, we going
talking about relationships and dating.
Yep, come on now.
Okay.
And
I'm ready for this conversation.
So,
baby.
Let me see. I got a question. So why do women have such crazy standards when choosing a man? And for example, and I know it's men too, so you can speak on that too.
Yeah.
But I'm speaking from my perspective. She's gonna speak from hers. So when typically, and I'm just speaking from, what I've seen over the years. So typically, a woman, most of the women that I run into, they won't talk to me because I'm not 6 foot tall or taller. But only 14.5 of the men in the U.S. are 6 feet tall, and only 3.9% of the men in the world are 6'2" or taller. So can you, I don't know can you elaborate on that there topic?
For a woman's point of view?
Well, I'm just saying, why do women
go for that?
Yeah, why do they have those type of standards where a man has to be a certain height or a certain weight, or what are the requirements that you feel that that a woman requires of a man along these lines, and whatever
me personally, I don't go with it just is how it works. You know what I mean? Because I've been with a 5'9", 6'2", like it's just how it goes. It's just, I guess, a type that we have. Does that make sense? Like it's like a natural type sometimes, but I like think,
you're saying compatibility.
Yeah, like it's just like a natural. You know how, like, say for instance, we got types. So me personally, my type personally is like skinny and linky. You know what I mean? So that's my type, but I just naturally go with it. That's not my preference. Does that make sense? It's a preference, but it's not.
Type?
Ooh, good question. What's the difference between preference and type?
So you're saying type is more like what you naturally feel?
Like what I naturally just go for. It just naturally draws to me, my type. Like, you know how, like, just say, for instance, you have a pattern in your relationship and they all look alike, or they all have something in common, with all your exes. Does that make sense?
Okay. So, like, does that somehow line up with, like, soulmate, some type of...
Maybe. I don't know. I just know, me personally, I don't go by height. Like, it just happens like that. Does that make sense? I don't just be like, oh, I need this. I just go with whatever is in front of me at the time. If it's in front of me and that's my person, then I just go with whatever it is. I don't look at certain stuff like other women do, if that makes sense. So you look at more of... I look at everything, basically, but I don't look at it for, if this person's not the height that I want, it don't knock it, because at the end of the day, that's not how it don't work like that. Does that make sense? Like say for instance, a bad versus a natural whatever. That's y'all's type. And y'all's preference.
A 10 compared to a 2. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I'll take a 5 any day.
You feel me?
As long as she funny.
Look. This is what I'm saying though. I'll take a 5 any day, because what everybody thinks of as a 10 is really not a 10, because she's got the makeup, she's got the fake hair, she's got all these add-ons. So to everybody, that's a 10. But in reality, you take somebody that's just
already themselves,
natural,
that can look good, not even fixed up. So to everybody, she looks like a 5. But when you fix her up,
she a 10. She a bad. Okay.
Right.
That's
naturally.
Thank you.
And I and nothing against the women that have to add on, and but I hate that we all feel like we have to
have this certain stigma. I'm trying to think of a good word.
Have these add-ons, you know what I'm saying, just to feel like we fit in, or we're wifey or husband material.
Yeah,
you feel what I'm saying?
Like, it's a society. It brings back to society, like I've said.
So but why is it that women can put all these add-ons, right? But then when it comes to a man, like, what if, like how women put all these fake hair and you don't know what
nails.
So what if men were adding stuff? Like, I ain't got no muscles, but I could put some inflatable muscles. You feel me? Why does that not make us, you feel me, good enough Man, I'm kind of being funny with that, but I don't know what other example. Now, I've seen some of the guys going as far as putting like the fake hair and.
Ooh, them
fake hairline.
No, you talking about them little white lines on their thing with their hair?
They be have like it's like a cap they put on with like waves.
Glue and all that. Yeah.
I don't know nothing about that. I didn't know that.
I was like, y'all really out here doing that? So, what I'm saying is, for a woman to put on a lace front, is it lace front or front lace? Lace front, right?
I don't wear them.
No, I'm asking, what is it called? So for a woman to put on all this fake stuff, now when the men start putting, and I'm not saying for any, I didn't even know men was doing this, but for the men to put on like the fake hair and all this different stuff, like how do the women feel about like would a woman accept? So I seen another thing.
Swimming.
I seen put them to the test. I seen this one dude. I guess he was tired of not being accepted, and he went and got some like extensions in his knee
to make him taller.
To make him taller.
That's because, like I said, no, but that's society though. But don't you think that's like what I said earlier, kind of with the insecurities, certain stuff like the fat ass, the men that want fat ass versus a woman that wants big, Yeah. It kind of goes with that. It kind of goes to where it brings insecurity because at this point they're not getting chosen because they're not tall, like you said, and they not certain, they're not packing, or a woman ain't getting chose because they ain't got no. What Lil Wayne say? She ain't got no. She ain't. What he say?
I don't know what he said.
He said something like that. So it's like that makes a woman insecure.
Rights.
When you what?
I didn't say no lyrics. I just said what Lil Wayne say.
Oh.
The copyright. But yeah, I feel like that's what it goes down to. It goes down to stereotypes.
Well, it ain't really a copyright as long as you say where it came from.
Yep. What Lil Wayne say? Yep.
Yeah. As long as you give credit to but yeah. What was it? Oh yeah, you were saying about size. So. What when it comes to size, like what, how does that? Because you talked about that.
I feel like women feel like if it's not a certain size, they can't flow with it. But I feel like it is me personally. Size matters a little bit, but don't matter because sex is at the end of the day it's a plus because it's the chemistry between the two people. It don't matter about the size. I've learned that as growing up. It really don't matter about the size as long as they know how to work it. But if they don't know how to work it, they out.
But so now to take that even deeper, what classifies? You feel what I'm saying? Because the people out there that want to know.
What classifies the sizes?
Yeah.
I mean,
just like the height.
True. I don't know.
Is it different for every woman?
Probably. For me, I mean, I feel like it is different for other women. Because some women will be out here being looking dumb for the little shrimps. You know what I mean? But then there's men, I don't know, for like a man perspective. Do y'all know what little and what big is? Because some men be flexing like they...
Hey, she put that hand back there. She be like, "Hey, hold on. Hey, you got her."
Is she put what?
She put that hand back there. Hey, you going that 2 feet back?
Boy, you stupid.
Hey, hold on.
Yeah, stop her. Stop her.
You stupid.
Is you good? That's when you got to check up on her. Is you good?
No, that's what I'm saying. So I don't know. It's like, do y'all men know what's little and what's not? Like, do y'all know yourself? Like, not saying y'all in general, but saying men. Does men really know when they packing and when they not, or do they just have that confidence?
They say the average is like past 5, I think. 4.5, 5.
I did hear something about that.
Yeah, somewhere.
Yeah, because it's only a certain amount. Or you say the average, or what they require?
The average is like 5, 5.5, probably like 6. Like everybody around the world, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So then that means,
could be wrong.
I don't know, but I just know me personally, you gotta know.
If you know how to work with that mother, you know how to work with that.
I don't know, but I don't know. That's a tough one.
You just can't be a big just ramming at me. Nah, gang, you gonna run her away. You don't want to run her away.
Right.
You gotta know what you're doing. I feel like with that when it comes to that.
Okay. I think that do play a part. Size do play a part.
Yeah, because if you're too big, you can't do you know what I mean. You can't be too big. You can't be too little.
Think about it.
You gotta be in the middle.
If you with somebody, you probably gonna be with them
for a
long time. You know what I'm saying? For a lifetime. So that do play. I mean, nowadays it's like toys, everything going around now. So it's like you can always make up for that, but like that do play a big part. Let me see. as far as like so you saying you don't need a 10. You don't need a 10. You will be fine. You can survive with a 4, with a 5.
What society classifies as
We talk
a 10.
about we talk about bad now, right? What we talk about? Or we still talk about?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just making sure.
So yeah, like what society classifies as a 10 is not a 10 to me.
Yeah.
I can look at a woman like that and see, like if I see a woman with a lace front lace, whatever it called, forgive me. But if I see a woman with that on, with the fake nails, with the makeup, it's no disrespect to her. It's not that I feel like she's not attractive. But what plays in my head is what does she look like
before all this.
under all that?
That makes sense.
Because when she get home and start pulling everything off, it's like, oh.
She could be ugly, or she could not be what you thought she was gonna be because she had that makeup.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't. Yeah.
They be fooling.
She got them Trey Songz braids. Making love. Hold on.
You gonna be offending me.
So what I feel like one of my friends, because I have female friends that I talk to and try to get a different perspective on.
Right.
And so she's 4'11", and she told me that I was short. And it kind of hit me like, whoa, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm
you
like,
feel tall?
I don't feel tall.
Okay.
But I don't feel short.
Right,
I feel like women put men in these two categories. Either you're tall or you're short.
Right.
There's no in between. There's no your average height.
Yeah.
You feel me? I feel like I kind of fall into that category because I'm just a hair under 5'7", which I'm not tall.
Right. Compared
but
to...
I don't think I'm short.
I feel like I feel like it's because with you being slinky, you're tall. If that makes sense. Mm-hmm. You're taller than what you. I don't think you're short. So
That's what I'm saying. I don't think I'm short. Now, when I get around...
Maybe her expectation wasn't 6 foot that you was talking about.
But that's what I'm saying.
But she 4'11".
Even, that's what I'm saying. Even the women that are 40... If there's only 14.5% of men that are 6 feet tall, and majority of the women that I've talked to...
Want it.
Or dated or whatever have stopped talking to me because they said I don't date short guys.
Oh wow.
And that just kind of, it don't make me like a woman hater, but it makes me want to put the truth out there, because if you really look at, if they really knew the statistics or the numbers on this stuff, so you got 85% of the women out there that all want a 6 foot tall man.
They live in a fantasy world, though.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Stay out the TV. Y'all, it's only 14.5%. So 85% of the women in the world are standing in line for 15% of the guys. That leaves 85%, if I'm not mistaken, of the guys in the world that don't have nobody. Make it make sense. My bad, I said that from old boy, but Kevin Samuels. And I know they don't like that name. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, it's a fantasy world. I feel like it's living in fantasy because, like I said, me personally, it just attracts. It's like law of attraction, I think, if I'm not mistaken. It's like you just attract what you like or what you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's like, yeah, I don't know.
So basically, y'all feel like the media is playing too much of a part in a relationship.
People mind.
Nowadays, what y'all think about that?
The media's playing... Right, exactly. People are stuck in the TV and they see celebrities.
They make it like it's perfect, it's love.
They see what's on TV and they think that that's life. But this, bruh, what y'all see on camera is what they put on camera. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, that's not real life. That's only 15% of the people.
Well, when they cut that camera off, they probably boohoo crying.
Yeah, exactly. Going through,
in the closet crying.
Fighting.
And so, and then you said something earlier, I believe, about men and women with no kids.
Yes. Let me get it out.
Should the step parents?
Yeah.
Like, should the step parents like stay if the parents split up, if the relationship goes sour for some reason, and they got step kids and the stepfather is around, if they split up, should he stay and like go to events, go to like show up to basketball games,
still have that same responsibility
and stuff like that, should he keep carrying himself like that, or should he just be like, nah,
I'm done.
That, you know what I'm saying, that's not my place, those not my kids.
You saying if he raised them, but then they split up and he's not their real father?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like say for instance, like our situation, he's been around since my babies was little, like 2 and 3, right? Or 2 and 3, or about 1 and 3. Correction, 1 and 3. So like say for instance, say we were to split up and my baby is now 7. The 2 oldest are now 7 and 6. Say we were to split up, would he still want to take on that responsibility? Like, how would you feel if you had an ex-partner? Let's just say your partner was that ex that wanted to still be there for the kids. Would you allow that?
Yeah, I don't know. That's because that's tough.
Even if there's no feelings, though. There's no feelings. It's just them. It's about the kid at this point. Right. It's only about the kid at this point. It's not about the person. It's only about the kid and the bond that you have with it. I guess it does depend on scenarios. You know
because it's like what type of depending on how deep your bond is with that child.
Yeah.
That's gonna play a big part in that.
Like if I was in that position, it's like if the kids ask her like, hey, I want to call so and so, or can we, you know what I'm saying, I'll be cool with that. Like, right. You know what I'm saying, we grew this bond. I'm around for 5 years now, so I didn't grew this bond with y'all. So why stop
Take it
now?
away, yeah.
Unless a relationship was just sour, you know what I'm saying. Unless something just happened to where y'all couldn't, or where y'all just had to be separated or stuff like that.
You couldn't, yeah.
Other than that, I feel like it'd be cool. If it's real cordial, you know what I'm saying, everything ended nicely on a good page and everything like that, I feel like that'd be a good. I don't see why not. But I could see why a person wouldn't either. So
Yeah. No, I feel that. Me personally, I feel like it depends on, like you said, the bond. If the bond's not there with that child, then there's no need of me even sitting there still with the child. You know what I mean? Involving myself with the child. It depends definitely on the bond.
Now, I know me, speaking from a biological father perspective, I don't want nobody else raising my child unless I just can't.
Right.
Because and even if I can't, like I'm saying, like if it's a temporary something, I don't want somebody trying to. Because and I say that because me coming up, I had like godfathers. I had like 3 godfathers. I had 2 or 3 stepfathers.
So you had a lot of father figures in your life, basically?
And it was confusing to me.
Okay.
Because as I grew older, I'm going to pick and choose which ones I see as role models. You feel what I'm saying? And I, like, when I needed a father, I didn't really have that. So I had to kind of learn stuff on my own. So now that I'm older, like, it feels weird calling somebody daddy, or you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, so it's like confusing to you because of the simple fact you had multiple male figures, but they weren't male figures. Is that why it's confusing to you?
I can't say that they were not male figures. I feel like each had their own strengths and weaknesses.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's like once you. It still kind of made me push back and want to know who my real father was.
Okay, yeah. No, that makes sense.
Because, like, me and my mom don't see eye to eye on everything.
So you need that man to...
But there's a natural connection that me and my mom have that nobody else has. You feel what I'm saying? So even though we might not agree on everything, there's still a natural connection that she just naturally understands me.
Yeah.
It's like, I never noticed, this ain't my real handwriting, I just kind of, but when I write the way that I really write, I didn't know, but I write exactly like my mom. Like, you could look at one of my mama's notepads, and I never really seen her write.
Yeah.
And one time as a kid, I went into her room and looked, and we write.
Identical?
Just like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, when you have a child, like my son looks like me.
Yeah, he does.
It's not just looks, it's not just handwriting, but there is a natural DNA connection. Like, y'all naturally, or you're made up of, you feel what I'm saying? So mentally, you feel what I'm saying? There's a connection there.
Yeah.
Like, my mom around her husband, for example, she can understand things and she have to tell him, you feel what I'm saying? Like, he don't want to talk, or I can't think of every scenario, but she can just kind of like read that Sometimes without even looking at me. Or sometimes she could just take a glance at me and she just read me that quick.
That's because you are, as a mother, that's because we know our children.
Right.
So we know our children off the back of our hand. If we don't, there's a problem.
Right. That's kind of like why I'm so, like, I don't like when people try to discipline my son because they don't understand him like I do.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? I know how to say whatever I gotta say to him. Right.
Yep.
So
everybody's different. So yeah, I definitely understand that.
Yeah. So I don't know. Women with that's a tough one.
No, I can feel that. I mean, me personally, I was like that at one point in time where I didn't want no other woman raising my child, but I look at it as it grows the family for one, because it's two different role models, you know, but it has to stay like that. It can't be just every girlfriend and every boyfriend, you know what I mean? It has to be a consistent person you know you're going to stay with, and that's the only person that's going to help you raise your kids. It can't just be everybody. That's when I'm gonna have a problem. That's me personally, because me being in a relationship, I don't care for the baby daddies. I just care for my child's knowing that they're best, you know, that they're in their best interest, because I don't know these women and they don't know the men, so I can see it from both perspectives for real.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Oh, you got something?
No. Go ahead.
Oh, so what about, because we was kind of talking about that in a way, so I want to talk about like these alpha females, and no disrespect to any woman that wants to be that, but to the women out there that want a man, what I want to say is, if you really think about it, there's not most, not all. There are some masculine men that want a masculine woman, but most men want a submissive woman.
Okay.
You feel, and I'm not saying that submissive in a world perspective versus submissive in a biblical perspective is very different.
Right.
So submission doesn't mean the reason that a lot of women run from the word submission is because society has made that seem like, oh, I get to tell you what to do, I get to beat you down, I get to slap you around. That's not what submission is. Because
it's like a control thing in the society's eyes, basically.
A control thing in what?
It's like a control thing. Is it that what you trying to get to with that? Like it's a control thing in the society's eye versus like a submissive, you know what I mean? It's like a control thing in society eye, but realistically, it's just you catering to your man like Destiny Child and them used to do back then. Does that make sense?
It could be catered. I feel like that's a part of it. I feel like submission is more of God designed a man to be the leader, and that's just the way He designed him. You feel what I'm saying? That's why most pastors are men, and you know what I'm saying? And most, you feel what I'm saying? Most kings were men. That doesn't mean that the woman doesn't have any say-so, but he's the king and she's the queen. Right. It doesn't mean that she's devalued. It just means she's the weaker vessel. Now, and women run from that too. Weaker vessel doesn't mean like you're weak. What it means is, like, if you are the king and this is your weaker vessel, this is your queen, you are to take care of her and protect her. Right. Because she's weaker. She gets pregnant. She, you know, you feel me? She God has blessed her with different abilities than you. You feel what I'm saying? There's no way on earth that you would be able to push out children because you are a man. You feel what I'm saying? No matter what doctor try to do, your body structure, your pelvic area is not designed like that.
Yeah.
There ain't no way your body can, well, anyways, I don't know, they can stick you with needles and, I was going to say, stick you with needles and do all whatever they want to try to make you produce milk and do all that kind of stuff, you know.
But you can't do it like a woman can.
I don't think they'll ever be able. I think they're going to be killing folks left and right. I mean, you know.
To do them type of procedures?
Yeah, but, so, yeah, that's, what y'all think about that? What y'all think about?
Alpha man, so what, I mean, alpha female, so wait, give me a example for alpha female, and then masculine, I already kind of know that, but give me an example
like, let's say that a man is like he the king, so he lays down, I'm gonna say all, but I say he lays down most of the rules of foundation for
the family.
Right, like y'all might both have strengths, things that y'all say, okay, this is how we, but that's up on agreement. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Every man is gonna be strong in different areas, and other men, every woman is gonna be strong in different areas. So if y'all work, if y'all, like for example, or I want to use that, but like, you know how some roles, kind of like how you talk about gender, roles, like, gender roles. So gender roles, it could be normally, the way we normally think about it is like the women do the indoor housework, like washing dishes, and you know what I'm saying. What else? Like indoor men typically take out the trash and do the outside, the heavy strenuous stuff.
So that would be an alpha woman. Women doing stuff like that, or would that be masculine?
Right, that's kind of the same thing from my perspective.
Okay. So
masculine and alpha, it's like
the same. It's the what's the other word versus? It's the what's the opposite word from alpha that they use for dominant? Is it dominant woman? Or
no, dominant is like alpha.
I'm trying to think of the other.
What is the other one? Feminine.
Okay. So
I think it's feminine.
Okay,
like a feminine, submissive woman.
Submissive, yeah.
Yeah.
So do you feel like women though should just be submissive to a man, like just because y'all are men, or do you feel like you guys got to give us a reason?
I'm glad you brought that up because I hear that a lot.
Yeah.
So I feel like it depends on the person.
Okay.
It depends on the man. But in a relationship, but I also feel like why are you even getting into a relationship or even dating a man that you don't feel like you want to submit to?
True.
Don't waste this money and make him spend all this money on all these dates when you knowing he don't even meet the criteria. But I also feel like that's why a lot of beautiful women, even in the church, are single because their standards are so high, only Jesus can reach them. You feel me? Like you gotta be way up there, bro. Like,
yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, and it's like if you just be honest with yourself, like, I mean, it's so many things I could point out about women physically that they have flaws on.
Right.
But a real man is gonna overlook a lot of that stuff. But then when it comes to us, like we're held to this super, super high standard. And I'm not saying.
I think it's vice versa in some situations. Not every woman.
But you you're right.
I see it's vice.
I'm speaking from men's.
Yeah. So I think it's vice versa because it could be the other way around. You know what I mean? It just depends. It's very few women though. They're out here with the hot girl and it's a society thing. The society just takes over these people's mind. They don't got a mind for their own no more. I think that's what's wrong with relationships. Because I feel like with titles, for instance, you have more of it's like more possessiveness comes involved when you have a title with some relationships to where you can't have friends, you can't have freedom, you can't have this and that. I don't feel like a relationship should have that.
Right.
You should still be able to have your freedom. You should be able to, at the end of the day, it comes down to trust and communication.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if you don't have that nor that, why are y'all together? I'm glad
you brought that up because that's exactly what I was talking about when I talked about submissive.
Yeah.
That's not what the biblical definition of submissive is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you say, it comes down to each relationship, but at the same time, there still has to be trust. And why are you even getting into a relationship with somebody if you
have no trust?
Right.
It never works if you don't trust that person. Because at the end of the day, it's up to us and our spouses to keep the loyalty. You know what I mean? It's between us. Right. So whatever we have between us, that means it's between us. So if an outsider came in, I wouldn't be mad as much as to the outsider. I would be mad at him because he is the only one that can give power, and I'm the only one that can give power to somebody else into our relationship.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if you don't have that, then what is the point of dating and being in a relationship?
Right.
It's no point.
Right.
It really isn't.